Have you ever had that moment where you're talking to a woman and she says something that just lingers in your mind? Maybe it felt a little out of place, a little too flattering, or maybe it made your heart skip a beat, but you weren't quite sure why. Well, here's what most men don't realize. Women don't always say exactly what they mean, but psychology tells us they do give signals. And when a woman is feeling that deep physical pull, when her attraction to you isn't just emotional but intimate, her words start to change. Subtle compliments, sweet nothings, little observations that are anything but little. Tonight we're diving deep, not into myths, not into cheesy pickup tricks, but real psychological cues, ones women often drop when their desire becomes physical. You're not going to hear this in a classroom. This is the kind of thing most men overlook their whole lives. And once you know these compliments, once you understand the deeper meaning behind what she's saying, you'll never hear her the same way again. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about what she's really telling you when she compliments you. Let's start here. Words are powerful, but not always in the way we think. When a woman likes you, she doesn't always just come out and say it. Especially when she really wants you, physically, intimately, emotionally. That level of vulnerability, that's not easy. So what does she do instead? She wraps those feelings in something safer. A compliment. Not just any compliment, but one that slips past your defenses. Something that sounds friendly, harmless, until you hear it through the right lens. See, psychology shows us that women tend to reveal attraction indirectly. They test the waters, they drop clues, they want to see, are you paying attention? Can you pick up the signal without them spelling it out? And trust me, those signals, they're there. Now I want you to imagine this. You're at a party, maybe a casual hangout. You're just talking, nothing heavy. And then she laughs at something you said. Maybe it wasn't even that funny. And then she says, "You always know how to make me feel good." Pause. Right there, that line, it might sound innocent, but psychology says it's loaded. Let's unpack it. She didn't say, "You're funny." She said, "You make me feel good." See the difference? She's linking her emotional and physical state to you. That's not small talk. That's an emotional fingerprint, a trace of how she experiences you. In the brain, feelings of connection and physical attraction are often tied together. When she feels safe with you, when her guard is down, when laughter flows easily, that's when her desire quietly rises. But it's never loud, it's never aggressive, it's subtle, warm, delivered like a whisper. You make me feel good. Now, would you have noticed it? Here's the funny thing about women's compliments. When they're really into you, they'll often compliment the things you never think about. Not your job, not your car, but things like the way you walk. You have this confidence when you move, it's kind of sexy. Now most guys, they laugh that off, maybe even brush it off, but you shouldn't. Why? Because when a woman notices your movement, your voice, your scent, she's in sensory mode. Psychologically, that means her attention has shifted from the rationale to the sensual. She's experiencing you through her body, her senses, not just her thoughts. So when she says, "I like how your voice sounds," or "I love the way you smell," she's not complimenting you like a friend. She's trying to tell you something her body already knows, and often she's hoping you hear her. Let's go deeper. Sometimes the compliments don't come when you expect them. They come during a quiet moment, late night, over text, or when you're not even trying, and she says something like, "I feel like I can be myself around you." Now you might think, what does that have to do with attraction? Everything. Because when a woman feels emotionally safe, her physical interest is finally allowed to surface. She needs to feel that you're not judging her, that you're not rushing, that you see her. And when she tells you she feels like she can be herself, that's not just vulnerability. That's her saying, I trust you with the parts of me that usually stay hidden. Desire needs safety. And that kind of compliment, it means she's letting you in. Scene 5. When her compliments get playful. There's another kind of compliment that reveals desire, but it's wrapped in teasing. Playful, funny, a little sarcastic. You're wearing a new shirt, and she goes, "Oh wow, someone's looking good today. Who are you trying to impress?" She's smiling, her tone is joking, but underneath, that's interest. That's her way of saying, "I noticed you, you look good, and yes, I care." Psychology calls this relational testing. She's pushing gently, seeing how you respond. Does he flirt back? Does he freeze? Does he catch the vibe? When a woman's teasing you, when she's playfully complimenting your looks or style or how you smell, she's already in a space where she sees you as more than just a friend. But again, only if you're paying attention. Here's something men almost never notice: the compliments that don't feel like compliments. You tell her about your goals, you share something personal, and she says, "I really admire that about you." She's not just validating your choices, she's opening the door, she's showing respect and admiration. That's a gateway to attraction, because attraction isn't just physical, it's psychological. And for many women, admiration is one of the most powerful forms of desire. Think about it. If she sees you as someone she respects, someone who lives with purpose, someone who's centered, she doesn't just want to be around you. She wants to feel connected to that energy. Sometimes, her compliments are just the surface. She says, "I love how you think." But what she's really saying is, "I feel connected to you." She says, "You have such a calming presence." What she's really saying is, "I feel safe enough to let go with you." Every word, every compliment is a door to something deeper. And when a woman is feeling that magnetic pull, when her desire is no longer just emotional but physical, those compliments become more frequent, more personal, more playful, more bold. But only if she feels like you're ready to hear them. So what do you do when she gives you these compliments? Here's the secret. You don't overreact. You don't make it awkward. You lean into the moment. When she says, "You always make me feel good," you hold eye contact and say, "I'm glad, that matters to me." When she says, "You smell really good," you smile and say, "You noticed, huh?" When she compliments how you think, how you move, how you make her feel, you accept it with quiet confidence, not arrogance, not neediness. Because the moment you own it, she feels it too, and the unspoken message becomes clear. You see her, you feel her energy, and you're strong enough to meet her there. Women don't always say exactly what they're feeling, but when the attraction becomes real, when it turns physical, the compliments shift. They become more intimate, more curious, more emotionally charged. So listen, pay attention. Because when a woman wants you, when her desire starts to rise, she might not say it directly, but psychology shows her compliments will reveal everything. You just have to know how to hear them. And now you do.